So I was sitting at home and my friend came over, and we were not too sure what we were going to do this Sunday because we thought we'll just go around Panjim, go around the city and get a couple of pictures. And I was just sitting at home, not doing anything really, just scrolling through my phone when he knocked on the door. And I was right there. We didn't really have a plan, so I was just sitting. And yeah, so I opened the door and he was like, "What are we doing today? Are we doing something? Going out?" So I was like, "Okay, let's take the Jeep and just go out." So I, my wife, and Aslam, my friend, we headed out. I washed the Jeep and I was like, "Let's just go around and see what we can do." So we put a GoPro on the car and drove out. It was quite an unexpected trip because we didn't know what we were going to do. So we just topped up with a bit of fuel, headed over to the fuel station, filled up with fuel, and we were back on the road again. It initially was pretty dry, but then as we just started heading up to the mountains, it got like the rain started, and so I was like, this would be a nice GoPro shot. We didn't really have a plan of what we're gonna do, so we just put a GoPro, and then we headed to the Amboli side. Now at Ambolim, it was super foggy, and then when we just got up there, we saw like this tree fall in the middle of the road, and I was like, we need to do something. So these couple of boys just pulled up. I was like, "Do you want to help?" And they said, "Yeah, cool, let's do something." So I pulled the Jeep on the back and we inspected how bad it was. Now the tree in the middle was pretty heavy. It looked like it's gonna be quite a task to pull out, but I said nothing like giving it a try, because if it was the evening and if somebody hits into that tree, it's not going to be a very pleasant trip for that person. Like, and by the time the government tow truck comes or something like that happens, it's going to take a really long time. So I pulled out the winch and we started locking the winch into the tree and started pulling it back. And the tree started moving. I'm pretty sure it was pretty heavy because my winch has a capacity of around 8,000 pounds, but the winch was struggling just a little bit because there was a big fat tree under it, but it was moving. So we used a bit of engine and energy and the winch energy to winch in, and we managed to pull the tree halfway across the road. And as soon as we were done halfway, I was like, we need to re-angle the car and clear it all the way. So yeah, we managed to pull it back out and clean as much as we could. We kind of did as much as we could to pull it out, and the satisfaction that we got, that we're just trying to save the day by doing something as little as pulling that tree off the road and clearing the road so that somebody else doesn't ram into it, was satisfaction enough. After that, we headed over to Ambolim, which Amboli, as you know, is quite a tourist destination. If you do not know, trust me, Sunday is not the best place to go to Ambolim. You've got a couple of thousand people walking for kilometers on end to go to the place. Like, it's not worth the effort driving up on a Sunday. So we got to Ambolim, we kept driving up. It was a bit of a drive. The Ghats are a very beautiful sight, especially when it's so close to Goa, but it feels like a hill station. So you just head up to the Evergreen Hills and you drive up there, and as soon as you hit Ambolim, you see the thousands of people. Like, the waterfall was right there on the right, and we couldn't see the waterfall because there were people just having baths, and there's so many people just covering the entire waterfall area that it wasn't really something I wanted to stop at. And we just kept driving because I wasn't sure what we're gonna do. So I said, let's just drive around, check the place out. I've been here a couple of times before, so I said there are a few places to see, but there were just so many people along the road, cars along the road, bikes, tea stalls, people with kids, people drunk, people super drunk, and everybody just like crossing the road and not giving us too much space to move. And if to cover a distance of around 8 kilometers, it took us about 40 to 45 minutes. Like, people were driving up there with Swifts and Toyotas and these smaller little cars like Wagonars and all 800. And in my head, it was just running like, I'm in a Jeep, I'm feeling a lot more safe. But how would a front wheel drive Maruti Alto kind of... Over there in the field, we saw a Wagonar, and I was like, we have to winch that guy out. So he was stuck. Managed to pull the guy, and the guy was super thankful, managed to save him because his wheels were just spinning as fast as he could, and we were just happy that we could kind of save two things in a day, kind of help around with these two things. One, to get the tree out of the road and save somebody's life probably, and pull this guy out. So yeah, it turned out to be a pretty adventurous and fun Sunday. Unexpected off-roading, but I hope you like this video. I hope it's something that you enjoyed watching. Tell me what you think. Do subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming out, and I will see you in another video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.